final show between the three of us over the past 2 days. I hope it's been great for you guys. I'll tell you what, it wasn't great for my lineups on the late slate last night. Jake, how was your Saturday?
It was better than the morning slate. Little flurry at the end there from the Braves saved me from not losing everything on the early.
Yeah, did Camargo hit a 3-run dong or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. The Braves had 2 separate 3-run leads, and they blew it twice to one of the worst teams in the MLB. So pretty tough if you're a Braves fan, but helped my lineups a little bit. And then last night I had a bunch of Houston, but no Cincinnati, so wasn't gonna win anything. Got almost all my entry fees back, so that's all you can ask for. I think I made some money on FanDuel as well.
I was watching some MMA, and I got the Alvarez Grand Slam alert. That's the only one that I get pushed to the phone at this point. I was like, I wonder how the Astros are doing. And they had 20 runs at that point, and I was like, cool, I'm just going to close this, and I'm good. Like, nothing else matters now. Doesn't matter what happens on the rest of the slate.
Yeah, I mean, it was immediate, too. It was kind of frustrating because, like, Brantley had, like, 10 points, but that was nothing.
Well, I saw you came out, like,
yeah,
you got pinch hit for. Yeah, I was just like, thank God. If anybody's going to come out of there, I'm glad it's Jake's home run pick.
Yeah, so Jordan played the whole game, I think. Only Bregman and Brantley came out, and then that's pretty much it.
Love it. So let's hit the plugs, and then we'll dive into this. Luckily, this is the first time we're talking about this slate, so everything will be fresh, and we can do a normal show. I assume Matt Olson didn't homer, but I'm not looking.
I don't think he did.
I don't remember. Nobody tagged me or anything, so let's go ahead and do this. Live Before Lock is the promo code. 50% off your first month of Awesemo Plus. Any monthly package you choose, including packages with Fantasy Cruncher. If you want to check us out, it's the perfect time to do it. Football coming, soccer in full swing. You can check out everything that we've got. MMA in full swing as well. I'm just naming all the things that I do. Make myself sound better. Use the promo code Live Before Lock, one big word. Get 50% off your first month. And as usual on Live Before Lock, we are brought to you by FantasyDraft. If you want to play your favorite contest rake-free, where 100% of the entry fees are paid back to the contest winners, all you have to do is head to FantasyDraft.com, use the promo code AWESEMO. You'll get a 7-day free trial where your first $1,000 in rake-free entries, just done. There's nothing coming out of it. $1,000 in, whatever you get back is fully coming back. No rake whatsoever on the first $1,000 of entry fees. 7-day free trial. FantasyDraft.com. Use the promo code AWESEMO.
Take a look at those football contests. I don't know. Did I talk to you about these, or was it Chris?
You did not.
So, have you seen them?
I have not.
Week one? You should look at them. They are incredibly nice. They've got basically the equivalent of a $1 mini max, 150 max. They've got a $4, same thing, 150 max for week one. And they're huge with really nice prizes up top, flatter payout structure, and obviously no rake. So build up that bankroll for NFL if you are an NFL DFS player.
Lurie Garcia scratched, by the way.
Yeah, I just got that alert. I'm assuming, yeah, that'll be updated in a few minutes, I'm sure, in the projections. But yeah, check out those contests on Fantasy Draft for week one. They're getting me pretty excited.
I am going to check that out. $1 mini max somewhere essentially is very appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Thanks for pointing that out, man.
Yeah, man.
So, Verlander and DeGrom at the top. Jake Junis, the second most owned pitcher on DraftKings, but we need to talk about the guy that's number one. Can't bury the lead. How are you managing Mike Foltynewicz today at one of the dumber prices I've ever seen? $7K on DraftKings, $7,700 on FanDuel, $29 on Yahoo in a matchup in Miami against the Marlins.
Yeah, so righty-heavy lineup. I mean, all but one righty in the lineup. You get the pitcher spot. You get some really high K guys. And Folty's had one really bad start and one really good start since being back. He's always been able to get out righties and looked good in the last start, so that's going to drive the ownership up against the Marlins. I'm over the field right now on DraftKings, and I expect that to hold true by the time we get to lock. So he's he's the best value on the slate, I think,
Yeah,
by a pretty good margin.
Yeah, I don't. When I saw the price, I was like, I better look up to see if he's on a pitch count or something because this just seems broken. No, just amazing. So who's your favorite pairing? If Fultzy's your guy, best value, what are you doing at the top? Because I feel like you're not going to be saying the name Justin Verlander or Jake DeGrom.
I'm not actually. One guy I'm getting to quite a bit is Steven Brault, 4,700.
Dude, don't do that while I'm taking a drink.
Yeah, so this guy's not terrible. I don't think I don't think he's actually a terrible pitcher, but he's 4,700, and it's not a massive total against him. It's a scary matchup against a bunch of righties, but I'll take that chance at 4,700, trying to jam in just all the expensive bats today.
I love that I'm like, Verlander, DeGrom. You're like, no, the opposite side. Give me the garbage at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like someone accidentally just set a pizza on the top of the garbage and you're like, no, I'll take the rotten banana peel from the bottom.
There you go. That's a good analogy.
Are you going to get to any Verlander or DeGrom?
Yeah, I'll get to some for sure. Okay. Let's see where I'm at here. Wow. I'm getting to pretty gross pitchers today.
Yeah, I know. You just led this off by talking about Steven Brault.
Yeah. So I'm not going to get as much Brault as I just thought right there. But he is 3% owned at 4,700. So it's kind of all you need to know. I got to 28% DeGrom and just 11% Verlander. So
okay.
They're essentially the same ownership. I'm just getting more DeGrom because he's a little bit cheaper. That's really it.
No, that makes sense to me. It's tough, man. That's a big time price tag for Verlander on a slate with the Astros and the Yankees. And, other teams as well, but the Astros in particular. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm just about finished my crunches, so we'll find out soon enough, that's for sure. I mean, clearly, I think we're both in agreement that Verlander and DeGrom grade out very well today.
Oh yeah,
they're not problematic on the surface. You expect a fantastic day out of Verlander. I've got him projected for 9.2 strikeouts right now. Verlander and DeGrom, the clear top two raw point totals in Alex's projections. Only Luis Castillo is close, and after that, no one is close. It does make for some interesting builds, depending on how you want to prioritize bats, though.
For sure. And I am definitely trying to prioritize bats here. A lot of really fun names at the top of my exposures for hitting today. So running it back with Houston, I'm sure, and then basically all the good teams right at the top. So that's why you're seeing the Steven Braults and no SE and Junis and all these guys.
Yeah, let's talk about Junis for a second. 24% expected ownership in our last go round. How do you feel about that? I tend to get a lot of Junis, just generally speaking. So it gives me a little bit of pause sometimes when he becomes chalky, but that's what happens when you face the Tigers, I guess.
Yeah, it's for sure high. He's not like an elite pitcher. I think he's a fine one. It's also a pretty favorable price against Detroit. They're just so bad against righties. Yeah. It's not like they put any lefty power bats outside of maybe Goodrum right at the top, but then you're going to get seven righties in a row after the first two. It's just such a good matchup for Junis, and he's good against righties. So I get the ownership's a little bit high for him. I don't think I'm getting to quite 24% on DK, but I get why people would get there as even like an SP1 option because he's just in such a favorable matchup.
Hey, remember last night when we were live and somebody was just like, how could you play Nelson? There's X amount of lefties in the lineup. Turns out that was going to be okay.
Play who?
Nelson.
Nelson?
Not Nelson. Who am I thinking of? Who was pitching for the Brewers last night?
Hauser.
Good God.
Yeah. Did you
see? I looked at too much soccer and stuff today, man. It's been a long morning. Up at 6:15 because of these stupid soccer games.
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, he had like straight up, I think 30 DK points.
Yeah, he
So
rolled, man. He rolled.
that's going to do the trick usually at 4,900.
Nelson, I should stop speaking.
Like Jimmy Nelson, were you thinking?
Maybe.
Yeah. I was like,
former Brewer, right? Or current Brewer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. At least I'm naming the same team. Castillo, Giolito, Barrios. Anything else appealing at the top? I just see a lot of guys that are similar.
Yeah, so I think Barrios is priced out of play in that matchup. I think Castillo is in play, but I would have figured he was going to get way less ownership than what he's getting. Like he's close to that top tier of DeGrom and Verlander, and you get a little bit of a discount on him, but not enough, and you're not getting enough of an ownership discount either. Like he's mid-teens in ownership right now. Giolito's got almost a 5 implied total against him, so you're worried about that when you're a 10-6 pitcher. Oakland's not a good strikeout matchup really either. And yeah, so kind of off of all of those guys, except for a couple shares of Luis Castillo.
I just refreshed my DraftKings crunch right now, so let's see where I stand. At least I can give some actual percentages to what we're going to be talking about. All right, lots of Astros. I'm good there. I wish that would have been yesterday. Ooh, that's a lot of faulty, but I'm not mad about it. 28% Verlander, 19 DeGrom, 17 Castillo, 21 Junis, 11 Lester, 17 Tanaka, 41 Boltonevich.
41? I think that's exactly where I got.
Smart man.
No, actually, I just changed some things up. I got to 50.
And then quite a bit of the Astros, but I'm going to need to start turning the dials a little bit on some of these teams.
Yeah.
Did not get enough. Got way too much like Orioles, which I can do without. Any other pitching that's standing out to you right now?
I mentioned Noesi. He's getting ownership. It's just a price play.
Yeah, I have very little of him.
Yeah, I don't actually. I have 26% right now. So if he goes up in ownership once we get another update, then I will obviously get less. We didn't talk about Jordan Lyles, but he's also getting a lot of ownership, 23%. I wonder, this is making me wonder if the correct lineup construction is to go expensive pitching, at least at one of your spots. If all these mid-tier guys are getting owned, like that's why Brault is becoming appealing to me.
I get it.
Different, and he's less owned.
I mean, I certainly get where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
Just turning the dials a little bit on my DraftKings stuff. Got a little bit of exposure in places that I'm not really fond of.
Yeah, dude, tell me about it.
I don't have nearly enough twins. Let's see if we can rectify that. Yeah, I do kind of like the idea of spending up for pitching and like just kind of figuring it out on the hitting side today. If we're going to be seeing, 49% ownership. Hold on, what's the number? 48% ownership to Junis, Lester, Tanaka, Jordan Lyles at 20%. I have 1% Jordan Lyles, so that seems to be my easy fade. So maybe it's just that simple.
Yeah, that's substantial.
Wow, so I didn't get a lot of Astros 5-man stacks, only 3, but I have 8 4-mans and 21 3-mans on DK. Wow. So I guess I'm not too mad about that. That's still plenty of coverage.
Yeah. We just got ownership.
Oh, nice. Well, then I'll stop tweaking all of the same things, and we'll see where we end up.
Let's see if anything's changed.
I ate too much brunch today.
Brunch? You've already had time to go to brunch?
I didn't go to brunch. I just made brunch. It wasn't breakfast. It wasn't lunch. I ate it at like 11 o'clock. My own personal brunch. Made a sausage and mushroom omelet with some aged cheddar. Good stuff.
Sounds pretty good.
Wasn't bad. Oh, I got to remember to take Lurie Garcia out if he is in any of these lineups. The White Sox graded out pretty poorly, so I wasn't worried about re-crunching for it.
Yeah.
Take my chances, How many shares of Lori Garcia could I possibly have?
Right.
I have a sneaky suspicion I'm going to open this up and it's like 15. Now 1% on DraftKings, and I haven't refreshed FanDuel, so that's an easy fix. Anything interesting in the ownership update?
Looks like Brault went up a couple percent. The one guy we don't have is Nick Dini. Do you have him in the ownership update?
What team?
KC.
1%, but I don't know.
Is he? He's 1% owned.
Well, I don't know. That's what he's showing up as.
Let's see.
He's not in the ownership.
Okay. That might be a name thing in Alex's.
It is. He
was somewhere. He's Nick somewhere else.
Yeah.
So if Tom's watching this and doing this, if you could add
Nick Dini on Yahoo, Nick Dini on FanDuel, and Nick Dini on DraftKings. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a name thing. Okay.
Well, I'm just going to put him in for a random percentage then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get the sense that he's going to be getting a lot of ownership either way. It's only going to be like 3-4%. Yeah. Although, he is one of two separate people on the Royals today at the flat minimum of $2,000. You don't see that all that often.
That's crazy. So we got to talk about Royals ownership.
Yeah, I'm under the field.
It's just, it's amazing that. So they're going to be used as fillers, of course.
They are indeed.
And I get it, but also, like, these are bad hitters. Chris Owings. I'm sorry, not Chris Owings. Chris Owings was a guy that is getting a ton of ownership because he's leading off, but he plays for Boston now. But like Dini was popping up for me. I was getting a good amount of Merrifield too, but I'm not crazy about all these Royals hitters.
Neither am I, man. I have a little bit. I'm actively trying to get less. Starting to turn the dials in the right way. Starting to get a feel for what I want. Might have to boost the Astros just a little bit more, but feeling pretty good. I don't have a lot of Yankees right now, which I'm not terribly comfortable with.
Yeah, I don't either. And they were, if you look at the top stacks, the top stack tool, they're not being, they're just not being owned the way they should be based on being the top stack. Them and Houston stick out on DraftKings, and then the Yankees on FanDuel as well. Once again, really underowned.
We got a question. What do you think of where I lost it? What do you think of Bassett against the White Sox? I don't really have any interest in Bassett. I have 3% right now.
I'm not wild about Bassett. I didn't get any of them.
Time to make sure that I know how much Lori Garcia I need to take out. That answer is still just 1%, so I won't recrunch. Super easy to deal with. I have a little bit less Fulte now, just 37%.
Okay. You're still, I mean, it makes sense. No matter what you think of Fulte today, it makes sense to have some because you're buried if he goes for 25.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably the guy that I would put at 100% if anybody on this slate, just because of his price.
Yeah.
All right. DraftKings done, I think. Time to open up the old FanDuel crunch, which anytime I run a FanDuel crunch, it looks the exact opposite of what I expect it to. I just open it up and it'll be like 87 4-man Tiger stacks. And I'm just like, what? How did this even happen? Starting to think that Fantasy Cruncher is against me sometimes.
Maybe it is.
I wouldn't blame it. I assume the machines will hate me once they understand what they're doing.
It's always good when we get emails about Fantasy Cruncher not giving out like the winning lineups for people.
Yeah. I crunched 150 lineups. Only 25 of them cashed. Why wasn't it 150?
Yeah.
That's not the way the world works.
It's amazing. Fantasy Cruncher only gives you what you put into it.
It's a very true statement. All right, FanDuel lineups now. Not looking as bad as I thought. Got a ton of Astros again. They are going to score 1 run today. I have no doubt in my mind.
I mean, another 7 implied total for them. 7 for the Red Sox. 6+ for the Yankees. Yikes! It is if you play good teams today, you're gonna have a chance at a lot of runs. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah. Let's talk about the FanDuel pricing a little bit before we get into Dong picks.
Sure.
I'm not getting to the top end of FanDuel. Verlander and DeGrom both very, very expensive, so I'm under the field there. Over on Fulte. Getting a little bit of Michaelis, a little bit of Tanaka at 6,800. Does anything stand out to you on FanDuel? Are you playing FanDuel today?
Yeah, I'm playing FanDuel. So much Fulte, 43% right now.
Oh, that's more than me.
Just a ton of Red Sox. A little bit of DeGrom. I got double digits on DeGrom so far. And then, it's just basically all Red Sox. They're priced so well over there. And if you take a mid-tier pitcher or a cheap pitcher like Noesi or something, you're just basically put it in whoever you want.
I think we need to talk about Noesi. So, no, I don't even mean this negatively. I think it's interesting, and it might point to the way that other people use data. So I pulled up Noesi, and when I loaded everything in this morning, he was blowing up. Like a better value than Fulte. Couldn't figure it out. Started looking at it. His rates in Steamer on FanGraphs are zeroed out to being a relief pitcher and not a starter. And it was making his strikeout rate appear like it was like 25%. When in all actuality, he's like a 16, 17% strikeout guy in the majors. So when I made that adjustment, he tumbled down, and now he looks like the garbage that is at the bottom. But if anybody else is using other projection systems, I think he's like mowing people down a little bit differently. And if you're not treating him as a starter, it might look a little wonky.
Yeah, so it's always important to know, like when you look at the strikeout percentages, because it's way easier to get strikeouts when you're a reliever because you can just go in and throw your best stuff for an inning or two,
right? Compared
to a starter where you got to kind of pace yourself, and your K numbers are basically always going to go down when you go from reliever to starter. So,
and I'm always flying blind in the morning, so like I have to wait to see where Alex is on that first update to know, like, oh hey, by the way, you're wrong, so I have to like go in and change it. So I saw where Alex had him, and I was like, okay, I need to give this bad boy a haircut.
Yeah, so it's not like he grades out super well for us. Yeah,
I mean, I had him at like 18 fantasy points or something stupid at 5K.
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah. So we got a much more modest projection.
Yeah. 12.2 on the last one that I saw.
That's lower than that even.
Is it lower now?
Yeah, but still, he's going to grade out well for a 5K pitcher, and he's kind of necessary on this slate, I think. So.
I'm updating Alex's stuff right now. This was from about an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm recrunching DK right now that we've got all the lineups in. We do have Texas is in, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've had everything for 20 minutes now, which is very nice. I'm very appreciative of that.
I know. The lineup gods cooperated with us this weekend, made our lives a little bit easier.
I've been trying to enter more satellites lately. Been going.
I thought you said you didn't like satellites.
Huh?
I thought you said you didn't like satellites.
I don't, but I've been trying to pick them up for MMA and soccer now.
Okay.
So like I've got 5 decent tickets for next week's UFC card. It's a pay-per-view, so it should be a bigger one. But I'm just trying to track how much I'm putting into satellites and like paying attention to if that's paying off. So I've got 5 tickets to this UFC card next week, but I don't have I think they're $20 tickets. Actually, I think they're $25. So I don't have anywhere near $125 in satellite fees. So at the very least, I'm like buying out the rake, which is nice.
Yeah, for sure. Satellites are great. The low dollar satellites. I've been trying to win like Millionaire Maker tickets and stuff for week 1. Yeah. And I'll do that whole season.
Those are not the ones I'm going after.
We'll put them in. They're like 10 cents. You can play for like 10-cent tickets. They're like,
oh yeah, I've been getting in those for MMA and for EPL.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Whoa, Dini's so high. Oh my gosh. On DraftKings. We just got an update with Dini in there. So thanks, Tom. I think it's Tom updating, or Eddie. Wow. Look, did you see that?
I did. I didn't update yet.
He's at 29%.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I don't want him anyway, so that's perfect.
Yeah, that's going to change a lot of my a lot of my lineups though, because I had them in for like 3%. So now, oh boy! All right, this should be.
I just dropped it in now. We'll see if that changes anything for me, but I'm fine with not like that's a guy that I want to be under the field on anyway in a GPP. I'm not playing cash, so. What was I just doing? Oh yeah, satellites. God, just the whole reason I was having this conversation. I hate that you can't bulk enter on DK after you're already in. Very frustrating.
You mean? Yeah, you can on your phone.
Well, I'm not on my phone. I'm live talking to everybody here.
I don't know what you mean.
Like after you enter your first lineup on DraftKings, you can click that bulk enter box, type in actual numbers in a bunch of different contests and just do it all at once. You can't do that once you're already in the contest. You have to like click individually.
No, you don't.
Then how do you bulk enter if you're already in it?
Go to the lineups page.
Okay.
On DK.
Okay.
Click entries, load lineup on just any lineup.
Okay.
And you can load that lineup.
Yeah, but like it's not. Hold on. Let me filter out golf and soccer right now. Well, no shit. I didn't know you could do that. Thanks, man. Much obliged on that one.
You didn't.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That is incredibly helpful.
I cannot believe you. How many years have you been playing DFS?
I don't know, since DraftKings was around.
Man. Well, there you go. Maybe
I never used to go to the lineups page because it used to be so slow and awful. So like it was just never a spot that I ever clicked on. Do you remember the lineups page before this one where if you would click on it, it would load everything at once and it would like grind your computer to a halt? That's why they changed it to this new layout.
The old lineup page?
Yeah.
Terrible. NFL Sunday.
So I stopped going. Right. So I stopped going to it.
Yeah.
But that's incredibly helpful, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you can also do that. I do that on my phone too. If I forget to enter contests and I'm away from my computer, I just go to the regular site.
That is so helpful for me right now. I'm in such a good mood. Time to get slaughtered in early slate contests, but
so that's why you. So you just enter your dummy lineup in there, and then
I just used to always go back in, click on one individual contest, import my dummy, enter it again, and get back to that bulk lineup screen the same way. Which was always just I never wanted to go through those extra steps, so I just stopped doing it.
Oh,
That's still too clunky, and you should be able to do it from the main screen, but.
Oh, probably, but.
I'm not going to be too upset here. Wow.
That is so funny.
Are you trying to get tickets on? We might as well just talk about this. So on FanDuel, there are 25-cent satellites to the Thursday Millie that have 4,267 possible entrants into it, and they're all at 1,200, 1,400, 1,500. They're not even close to half full. These things aren't going to fill at all. So, I might just get in every single one. I don't want these. I don't want to play the Thursday Millionaire.
I wonder. You could maybe ask FanDuel to just reimburse you for the, if you win the value, they might just.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but I mean, if you want tickets, FanDuel right now is going to overlay on these satellites by leaps and bounds.
Which contests are they?
The satellites of the NFL Thursday Million. They'll give out 100 tickets. Quarter entries, and the second most filled one right now for the Thursday Millionaire has 2,800 empty seats out of 4,200.
Well, it looks like they're filling up pretty fast.
I mean, sure, but we're 25 minutes away from lock. I'd be very surprised if they all filled.
Yeah, they probably won't all fill.
Plus, there's a couple more with 1,000 seaters and stuff below.
Yeah,
so
I'm seeing those. Yeah, those are. I mean, it's not a great tournament in terms of your ROI, but
no, it is not.
I always like getting into these big tournaments, so I've just started playing the satellites. Whenever I get.
Yeah, I'm entering a couple satellites right now.
Plus, I'm just trying to bank for NFL because
Trying to win that millie, man.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm going to max enter the millie once this season. I might try it out.
Is it just me or is our chat not updating?
Yeah.
Okay, so my popped out chat is not updating.
Oh, yeah. Just give the old refresh. These guys aren't giving any actual info. I mean, okay. Faulty exposure.
Josh, nobody cares. Wake up. Why would nobody care about overlaid satellite tournaments?
Yeah, what? Yeah, here's free money. Here's free EV.
That's good. That's a good idea. No, we should try to push the contests that are already filled so you can pay 15% rake on them.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like finding out that there's a satellite with 50% filled with 20 minutes to go is very appealing to me.
Yeah, people. Maybe they just don't like money. That's fine.
How are your crunches looking?
They're
about to make dong picks.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything crazy. I am getting all the teams I want in this crunch to stack. Like I'm getting all the good teams at the top: Houston, Atlanta, Yankees, Boston. Those are my highest exposed teams on the crunch. Whether or not that'll be the case once I filter out is going to be the question. So we'll see, but I like what I'm getting so far. What about you?
I wish that I was getting more of the high-end pitching on FanDuel. I just don't think that it's feasible.
I don't think that's the optimal construction on FanDuel, honestly. Like, I just think there are like you could just play Fulte. You can play a mid-tier pitcher. You can play Tanaka, and just get so many good bats compared to paying up for DeGrom or Verlander. It's just really tough. The good teams are expensive as they should be.
I'm happy with my Astros. 19% in the aggregate over both sites. So I can't wait until they put up one run. That's just like, that's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's baseball, man. It's Sunday baseball. These guys were out partying last night for sure after their 23 runs. Brantley and Bregman got out early, so they probably hit the bars a little earlier than the rest of the team. And yeah, one run for sure. Woj shutout incoming.
Andrew Mocked asking, talk to me about Cardinals and Reds. Can't stop getting them, especially on FanDuel. I barely have either team, and that's intentional. I think they're overowned. Any thoughts?
Say that again. I was reading something in chat.
Cardinals and Reds, particularly on FanDuel. Any thoughts? There's a question coming in from Andrew Mocked.
Okay.
I am actively avoiding both teams, so
I'm not crazy about either one really on FanDuel. Love Suarez, of course. Aquino has a ton of power against Leicester. That's actually not a bad spot for the Reds, but you're just gonna get ownership on like Peraza and Farmer because they're 2K, so they're gonna pop as fillers. But honestly, just not super interested in them on FanDuel today.
We're on the same page here. I have 1.4% Cardinals and 2.5% Reds. Both numbers massively below the field. So
yeah,
I am more than okay with that.
Like I said, I mean, if I was getting to Verlander or someone like that, then those teams might be necessary to some of those cheap fillers.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting to all that much of those guys on FanDuel.
I'm loading up my lineups now, man. 1236.
Yeah, this is
having some good luck over the past 2 days.
What's that?
We're having some pretty good luck over the past 2 days.
Yeah, we just now the winning the tournaments needs to come.
It's a good point. I can get my lineups in super early. All it does is just let me lose faster, I guess.
Yeah, I'd love to be scrambling if I was winning every night.
Oh yeah, give me scramble and win over smooth sailing and lose any day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my FanDuel lineups are now officially in.
I'm getting so many cheap pitchers. Brault. Steven Brault Day, baby.
It has never, in the history of fantasy, been Steven Brault Day.
Oh, today is a new day. Steven Brault Day.
How much Steven Brault is too much Steven Brault?
We'll see, but I'm guessing I'm going to be well over 20.
Okay.
So it could be 30. But don't worry, if that fails, I still got 50% of a guy who has had one good start. So
at least Fulty's been good before.
He has been good before. He was awesome last year, man.
He really was, man. And then he looked like he was pitching for the Phillies there for a bit.
Yeah. How do I have a 4-1 in here? How am I getting 4-1 stacks? That should not happen ever.
That sounds like an error to me.
Yeah, I must have done something wrong in FC. Let's see. That's probably what it is.
Did you keep a stack in there as a 1?
I crunched 100 4 nakeds instead of 5 nakeds.
That'll do it.
So I'm just going to crunch out those and redo this quick.
By the way, I am twice the field on Stephen Brault right now. 11%.
Wow.
Stephen Brault Day, baby. Woo!
It is Stephen Brault Day. See, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. How much reg exposure Earl wants to know?
As little as possible.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be heavy on the reds. I wasn't in any of my crunches before this. I'd be fine if I don't get the reds here. Even though it is Lester, I love picking on Lester because I think he's just very overrated. But
top stacks for me right now: the Astros at 19% aggregate, the Brewers at 9%, Indians, Cubs, Rangers.
Wow. All right.
Least exposed team, White Sox and Tigers, should come as no surprise. But the biggest fades, Royals and Oakland A's.
Okay. Damn, I'm going to have to redo this. That's fine. We got enough time. Royals and Oakland A's. I like the Royals fade for sure.
Ooh, 75K GPP for soccer next week.
What's that?
75K GPP for soccer next week.
Oh, nice. I'll pay the rake on that one too.
Kristen just dropped that in there, so
that's really nice. Actually,
I get excited for.
Yeah, I'll be playing that hopefully.
As will I. Josh, any Brewers? Yes, they are my second most owned stack.
Man, going up against Minor. Minor never gets a good matchup, man. Not one time has he had a good matchup basically the whole season. But I think you can take Braun. You can take Kane leading off. They've got good pricing on FanDuel. So
we need to do dong picks.
Yeah, we do.
Jake and I didn't get one last night, so everything has stayed the same. Emac, then Jake, then me, then Chris, then Chris. Although I am ahead of Jake in terms of accurate pick percentage. So the floor is yours. Are we going to talk about how we don't want, or neither of us are going to take Yordan Alvarez and he's going to triple dong again? Should we do that? That was fun.
Yeah, that was nice.
Scrub that conversation from the record books.
I know, right? I'm going to go out on a limb and take. Why don't I take JD Martinez?
JD Martinez coming in 8th in the model. I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This one's for Jake. I've been doing this a lot lately.
Suarez?
Yeah, give me Eugenio Suarez.
Good pick. Always a good pick, especially against Woke Lester. Can't stand that guy.
All right, picks are in. Which Yanks do you like? I don't know. All of them?
Yep, I do like all of them, but I guess I don't like them as much as like the Red Sox, which is the issue.
Let me pull them up right now, just so I can talk about my individual exposures. I was looking at the Blue Jays for a second. So I'm under the field on Judge. I think he's a little overowned, but I'm basically just with the field on the Yankees right now. So I just want to try to have them. I mean, the best bats are Judge and Sanchez, in my opinion, although Torres at 4,400 on DK with dual eligibility is kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting.
And then Mike Ford for 3,700 against the righty is helpful.
For sure. which of these bottom half lineup Yankees are going to dong today is the question.
Whatever one I don't pick.
Talkman, Romine, Ford. I mean, that's murderer's row. 7, 8, 9 right there. But I'm not getting to I'm getting overweight on some of the Yankees that are just getting underowned. So I guess if the stack turns out right, it could be huge for me. But I'm not making a crazy stand on Judge at 4,400. That's a very obvious pick. He's also been bad, but he's still getting owned. So
EMAC home run pick in Shin-Soo Choo.
Wow, that's an interesting pick.
I don't have an issue with that pick at all. Lyles has some power problems to lefties. I probably have a lot of Chew.
Yeah. I don't actually think I do.
I have 7% on DraftKings, 9 on FanDuel. He's going essentially unowned, so.
I got to a bunch of Lyles earlier.
3% Lyles for me. Biggest fade of any pitcher.
Yeah, let's see.
Ooh, I got to remember to get Lurie Garcia out of there.
Not playing today, don't feel confident. Well, there you go. If you don't feel confident, no need to play. But
I've never approached a slate with confidence.
Not in baseball. Like in hockey, sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, this is, no one's seeing this. I'm going to bank everything, and then I usually lose. But it's baseball, man. It's really hard to win or know when you're going to win. Like I talked about Houston all day yesterday and lost because I didn't have the right combo.
God, I need a damn White Sox outfielder. Owings, I guess. Ugh. Or shortstop, rather. Tim Anderson, too expensive. Not doing all of the work to figure this out. And then I don't have Garcia on FanDuel. Perfect. Now I'm actually done.
Anyone on Savali? Not this guy.
No.
He's not necessary on the slate. I mean, if you're talking about DraftKings, 6,900.
He's expensive on FanDuel too.
Yeah, I mean, where would you need to play Savali today against the Twins, no less?
I have 1%, but that's just like randomness from a crunch,
Right. But I can't imagine getting to him in any regularity.
Same. Anybody you're not getting or you thought you would be getting?
Let's see. Well, I had to recrunch, but I thought I would be getting to way more Yankees when looking at the top stack tool. I'm surprised how many Braves I'm getting.
Okay.
Because they're expensive and they're in a bad park, but I guess it is a good implied total. You've got Camargo there for 3,100 and Enciarte 36 and Flowers. So I guess I somewhat understand it, but when you start off 54, 51, and 5,500 with your top three in that park, it's tough. When you've got the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Astros.
Certainly is. You guys want to get any questions or anything in? Feel free. Either YouTube chat or premium Slack. We've got a bunch of time here. I've got all my lineups in. Jake is getting there. Yeah, I believe.
I'll be there in a few minutes. Okay. People are asking, Anthony in chat's asking, any thoughts on Braves and Angels? So I like the Braves, a team that kind of snuck up on me. The Angels, well, I'm going to get to my Trout shares, of course, but I don't love the Angels as a stack, really on any site all that much. You got Goodwin leading off for 2,400 on FanDuel. That's nice, and they're cheap there, but yeah, I'm just not getting to them.
I don't have a ton of Braves, but I am slightly over the field based on our projections. I have like 5% in the aggregate.
Nice.
Biggest fades, like I said, A's, Royals. I don't have a ton of Cardinals or Reds, and I'm pretty far under on the Red Sox.
Speaking of the Red Sox, all right, so obviously they're a good play.
Yeah.
What do we do with Chris Owings at like almost 40% ownership? Like you can't, if you're making one lineup, there's no way you can play him, right?
I have 4%.
Like I'd rather be at 4 than like 50,
Yeah.
Like he's going to work out a good amount of the time, but he's still a bad hitter.
Why is he hitting leadoff for the Red Sox?
And I wonder
why wouldn't you just hit Jackie Bradley leadoff?
I don't know, because it's a lefty, I guess. I wonder if he's going to get pinch hit for too. I mean, once a righty comes in,
why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. They're giving Mookie a day off, so maybe they're just treating him like Mookie, and he just gets to take 6 at bats.
Who knows? I mean, I get why you play him in cash. You should not be playing him in GPPs.
Well, not that you shouldn't be playing. Like if you're stacking Red Sox, sure, but I wouldn't have him in like all my Red Sox stacked by any means.
Yeah, I have no interest. I'm happy with 4. I wish I had more JD, but oh well.
I would love as much JD as I can get.
3%.
Yeah, he's going to be one of my highest exposed hitters.
My highest exposed hitter across both sites. Any guesses?
Suarez. No, not Suarez.
I wish.
Let's see. Yordan Alvarez.
Mm-hmm. I wish. Josh Reddick.
Whoa, 9-hitter.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Not for me, it's not.
That happens often?
For me, yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's probably one of the lower owned parts of that stack, so.
Right. Sorry, did I say most exposed?
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. Over the field.
Oh, okay.
I don't get a lot of 9-hole hitters. That's my most exposed guy. The real answer is Alex Bregman. I assume that makes a shit ton more sense.
Yes, that makes a ton more sense.
Bregman, Springer, Brantley, Correa, Aledmus Diaz are the top ones there. So, but no, Josh Reddick is the guy that I have most over the field.
Okay, perfect.
My bad, dude.
No.
Does that happen a lot? I was like, why is that so weird, man? Like they're not owned as much. It's easier to do it. And that's when I was just like, oh yeah, that's my bad. The guy that I have least over the field, Chris Owings.
I think that's the right call. It's just like 40% hitter on a, if it was Mookie Betts and he was priced at min salary, I'd be like, all right, yeah, you just play him because he's awesome. And if he's going to get a ton of at-bats today, you just play it and move on. And you play Owings in cash, like you said. Dual position eligibility is also going to boost his ownership. It feels gross to be getting close to the field on Owings today on DraftKings, at least.
Yeah, don't have a lot of Owings. Way under the field on Matt Olson, and then I don't have any. I have 0.7% Nick Dini on DraftKings, so I'm avoiding all of that. So I hope the chalk doesn't get paid on those.
Like, what do you think the odds are that Owings ends up in tournament winning lineups today? Because the reason he's going to be popular is, well, first of all, people stack. Red Sox are going to be a popular stack. He's going to boost them so much. I still don't think the stack overall is going to be overowned because he's just boosting it so much on DK. But I
mean, if he's really in 40% of lineups, then the chances of him being in the top lineup are pretty good, even if he doesn't play well.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we see people win with a pitcher that gets 0. So at the very least, if Chris Owings hits a single, he'll be fine. Like, you can win with that.
Play Trent Grisham. He's 2,100 as well. He's batting 6th.
I think I have him.
That's such a good pivot. I don't know.
No. Wait, that's Trent Thornton. I mean, I'm way under the field. So I have a lot of Trent Grisham on FanDuel where he's unowned. I don't have as much on DraftKings where he's 22.
Yeah, I think you play Grisham. Like if you're making one lineup spot, maybe you do a 4-man Red Sox stack, leave out Owings, or even a 5-man, and just put Grisham in there instead of Owings. So it just sucks that he's leading off because it would be if the Red Sox are the best stack, it would be difficult for him to disappoint.
Yep.
If
the Red Sox end up being the best stack, you're gonna need Chris Owings.
Or even a kind of good stack. I'm going to be mad if it's Astros stack and Chris Owings hits a dong and people get rewarded for playing him a ton as a one-off because I don't think that's.
If Chris Owings dongs today, I won't even check anything after that.
Yeah, it's probably over.
It's basic. It's so hard to come back from that. A 40% owned dong at a guy at $2,100.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where I get him right now. Let's see here. So I'm doing half my lineups as hitters, very prioritized, and half just like normal projections.
Nice.
So I get a good mix. And a lot of Verlander coming up when I just let the projections run here. Getting some Lester shares too.
El Negro Loco says hit the like button, and I agree. Everyone should hit the like button and subscribe. You're getting Lester shares, huh?
A couple. I'm just seeing him as I go through my CSV here. Let's see. That I'm actually going to upload this time. Was 2 for 2 on baseball yesterday.
There you go. I'd have been better off not even uploading my shit yesterday for baseball, at least in the night slate.
Just save the time, donate the money. There you
go. I'm going to go watch some golf after this. Any big Sunday plans?
Just going to my parents' house to hang out. My brother and my sister and the in-laws, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, my little 1-year-old niece, who's the best, and the girlfriend, of course.
Fun.
We're just gonna hang out.
Good.
Basically do that every Sunday. And then me and my brother play DFS. Family bonding, we call it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Any questions coming in? Let's see. What are we getting here? Just a lot of takes, not a lot of questions.
Yeah. Shocking. All right. Wow. So many Braves up top for me.
I mean, it's not crazy, is it?
No, it's not crazy.
Bad park, but
right. That's the only thing. The Braves
is that because of Noesi's ownership?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm weighing leverage a bit too much.
I mean, it's not as if you're getting bad players, I guess. I mean, if you're telling me that you have like 25% Charlie Culberson, we might need to have a conversation, but
yeah, that would be a problem. But let's see here. So I got right at the field basically a Fulte. Okay, my highest 2 Braves are Acuna and Freeman. That's a pretty good start. Then Donaldson, then Camargo.
Okay, so you're getting the good parts.
Yeah, for sure. Not going crazy on Atlanta, but it looks like they're grading out. Like on all my top lineups, it seems like they're right up there.
Thoughts on Paul DeJong on FanDuel? I don't have much, and he doesn't grade out well either, so I'm not interested.
Paul DeJong?
Yeah.
No, I mean he's always a fine one-off just because he has got power, but not someone I'm getting to a ton. So I got 8% of Owings on FanDuel while getting a couple Boston hitters around 30%. So I like that actually.
Yeah, that's not bad. You said around 30, right?
Basically only using Owings in a stack. I got 8% Owings.
That's perfect. I think that's right where you want to be, right?
Yeah, I don't want to have them as one-offs. So hopefully none of those sneak in there, but we'll see.
I love takes like this. Red Sox are the worst. Love from Vegas every day, and they always underperform.
Always. Yep. They've never once done anything productive.
3rd highest scoring team in the league right now, but
Yeah, it's crazy. Vegas is always wrong. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Wow. I got up to 8 or 16% Luis Castillo. That's crazy. His ownership shot way down. When did we get ownership last?
Not sure.
Let's see if I put this in correctly.
Last ownership update was
17 minutes.
Yeah, 12:26. No, That's not true. 12:39.
All right.
Brian asking who were the dong picks. I took Eugenio Suarez. Jake took JD Martinez. Emac took Shin-Soo Choo.
Correct. Dude, so much Brault. Go Steven Brault today.
Odds of Josh crying if a single entry wins a 150 max tournament tomorrow on DraftKings. Why would I cry?
Yeah, what?
It's interesting to see a single bullet beat 20,000 other entries.
Yeah, I don't think you're complaining either.
I mean, I prefer I win it, but I don't really give a shit who wins the damn tournament if it's not me.
I don't know. I don't get that one.
No, neither do I. I will certainly point it out again. Actually, I won't be on the show tomorrow morning, so either way.
I will point it out, though.
Yeah, there you go. I'll come to chat just to point it out.
Yeah. Okay, we just got ownership again. Wow.
Get it?
I will.
Single entry won the 50K last night, I'm being told.
Did it really?
I have to believe it. I mean, I can check this.
I guess we didn't take a look at lineup study, but I'm sure.
Not enough time on a live before lock. Should have went with Jordan yesterday. Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's see. The Saturday Slugfest, 50K to first. Single bullet. Numero uno.
Unbelievable, man.
Unreal.
That's so crazy.
Unbelievable. 286.75. Aaron Sanchez, Adrian Hauser duo. Tucker Barnhart, Gurriel, Altuve, Bregman, Correa, Aquino, Van Meter, Alvarez.
Let me run that good one time.
Oh my god. Even just getting Aquino and Alvarez into a lineup together is like really difficult to pull off. To do that in your one-off, the two guys that triple donged yesterday.
It's just
one entry for first, tie for second with a one-off or for one entry and 4 entries. Fourth place was 3. Fifth place was 3. For the Astros, no less.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, if you look at it's a part of the reason why I took a bath yesterday too. Single bullet, 4, 1, 3, 12, 1, 5. Like, not a great day for the mass entry yesterday.
No, it was not. Because when super chalky stuff like that happens and you have like a ranking system like you do, you're betting on a lot of people being wrong.
Yeah.
So when everyone's right, the chalk stack goes off and all the chalk parts go off, like you're going to be dead a lot of the time.
Not only that, and especially on a day where a team scores 23 runs, you basically have to have them to cash. And even if you have 15% Astros, 85% of your lineups are essentially dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's just... I mean, I'd love... Like, all you see are team stack Astros or potentially Reds with Astros. Where's the first one that doesn't have the Astros? I mean, it's going to be...
I bet not one in the top 100.
So far, I haven't found one.
Yeah. It's just...
Still haven't found one. I'm into the 150s.
Like, if you think about it, it's just like you have the best stack, but there's still so much farther to go. Like, you still have to have so much good stuff happening if the chalk stack goes off, in order for you to compete even like a top 20 GPP score.
Dude, I still haven't gotten there. I'm into the 300s. That either had a primary or a secondary Astro stack. Still can't get it. Still can't find one.
Not surprising.
That's how. No, not at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you don't have them, you weren't making money in any way, shape, or form. You can't even sniff it. Yeah. I'm into the 500s. Nothing. It's Astros plus something if you wanted to cash. Otherwise, on to the next one. There we go.
Yep.
Finished 538th, a 5-man red stack naked. So there's probably Alvarez. Nope, no Alvarez in that one. Okay. There you go. 101. What time's lock? 105?
Yeah.
Thank God, if you would have said 107, I would have cried.
12:05. Here.
We speak in real time zones around here.
Okay. Yeah. Why do people care so much about time zones? I saw that on Twitter the other day.
Oh, I don't know, because we tweeted about it.
I guess so.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Once again, live before lock is the promo code, 50% off your first month of Awesemo Plus. And shout out to FantasyDraft, our presenting sponsor. If you want to get $1,000 in rake-free entries on a 7-day trial, go to FantasyDraft.com and use the promo code AWESOMO. You can have that little deal. 2.5 minutes to go, guys. If you don't have your lineups in, you should probably hurry up and stop listening to us.
Well, you can keep listening to us, but just put your lineups in. So, all right, here we go.
I don't mean like go away or anything, but, focus on yourselves.
For sure. Got to look out for number one. A little bit surprising, but I got to Fulte, Junis, Noesi, Brault as my highest owned pitchers. Still got to 16% Verlander, 14% Castillo as his ownership dropped. Ton of more Yankees than I imagined on DK, and a ton of Red Sox and a ton of Braves. Houston getting squeezed out a little bit, actually.
I played way too much Arsenal today, but treading water. 3-0 Man U right now. Two Rashford goals and a Anthony Martial goal. I'm very overexposed to those guys, so they're saving the day.
We just got a projections update if anybody needs to do that last minute.
If anybody needs to scramble in the next 1 minute and 20 seconds. All right, so what are your top stacks, Jake?
Red Sox, Braves, Yankees on DK.
So not Astros.
Nope, they're getting squeezed out a little bit.
Okay.
On FanDuel, Red Sox by a wide margin.
Yeah.
Then actually got to some St. Louis. I can't remember if someone was asking about them. Some Cincinnati, then Yankees, Brewers, Astros again getting squeezed out. So, wow, one of us is going to be in trouble here.
For the Astros on FanDuel, I have 34 4-man stacks, 18 3-mans, 22 2-mans, and 37 one-offs. They're in everything.
Yeah, man. You might be one day late on them, though. We'll see.
Oh, I'm very confident that I am.
We'll see what Woj can...
I'll say this much. They're not scoring 23 today.
That's the strongest of takes. You won't find that anywhere else, folks.
No, we give the goods here. We give the goods. 1:04 and 45 seconds. The countdown is on. If you're not clicking upload CSV right now, you're probably Jake from yesterday.
I wasn't even sweating it.
That's true. You didn't even export from the beginning.
Yeah. I wonder if I put my lineups in. Nope.
Alrighty, everybody. We are locked. Best of luck on this slate. We'll be back to normal tomorrow morning. Jake and Adam kicking it off. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Subscribe to the channel. Check out all of the great content that we have posted. Been churning it out for every single sport, every single day. It's nonstop. Look how far we've come in the last year. Good. Jake, anything else?
I'll catch you guys back tomorrow. Good luck. I hope you're not sick of me yet. Me and Adam will be breaking down the Monday slate. How many games are there?
I don't know. Normally you would have got you and I for the live before lock show tomorrow, but I am not on it.
Yeah. So see 8 games tomorrow. So it'll be a nice show.
There you go. Good luck, everybody. Go Astros, Brewers, Indians, Cubs, and Rangers. We'll talk to you later.